Hello and welcome to this bite-sized learning for T-level health insights from the Chief Examiner's 2024 report in relation to core A and B exams and the ESP. Let's start with the key themes from the core A and B exams. So let's review the standard of student work. We've seen improvements in written communication with students using technical terms more confidently and effectively. However, there are areas that need attention. Many students spend too much time repeating the question instead of applying their knowledge, leading to underdeveloped responses. Additionally, there's difficulty in using technical vocabulary, particularly in questions about the immune response where key terms were often missing. For extended response questions, there's a wide variation in quality. Strong answers effectively use specific data, while weaker ones show random data selection with little understanding. Most students attempted all questions, though some skipped lower tariff ones. In summary, while technical terms usage has improved, there's still a gap in applying detailed knowledge and effectively using data and ERQs. Further practice in these areas could significantly enhance performance. Here's a summary of core paper A. Please take your time to read these, but in summary, in section A, students generally understood barriers and consequences, but struggled with expanding their answers and applying knowledge to specific scenarios. Irrelevant information like AI was sometimes included. In section B, students grasped key terms, but lacked depth in explaining governance and IT procedures. Section C highlighted a need for specificity, particularly in fire safety and cleaning, with some difficulty on less familiar topics like MHRA. In Section D, while some students knew the principles of the CARE Act, they often struggled to balance their discussion and apply their knowledge effectively to scenarios, sometimes including irrelevant responses. Here's a summary of core paper B. So in section A, students had a basic understanding of body systems, but had trouble with detailed explanations, especially concerning enzymes, functions, and neurotransmitters. In section B, there was mixed understanding of hormonal roles and the menstrual cycle, with many students struggling to provide evaluative responses. Descriptions of concepts like eczema and kidney functions were often vague. Section C showed basic understanding of complex topics like trypsin and treatment side effects, but responses lacked detailed analysis and real-world application. So across both papers, several recurring themes were observed. In many cases, students were limited to recall-based responses, particularly in the extended response questions, where a number of students provided AO1 recall-type answers with only minimal application. Far fewer students were able to develop the kind of analytical and evaluative answers needed for higher marks. Additionally, explanations often lacked depth and knowledge wasn't effectively applied to specific scenarios. We also saw students include irrelevant information, which indicates a need for a stronger focus on the specific requirements of each question. While students demonstrated a good basic understanding overall, greater attention to detail and more focused responses will be key to improving performance, especially in the ERQs. So now let's explore the key themes for the employer set project. So students' performance in the ESP was consistent with previous series, but there was a wide range in achievement. Those who fully adhered to the task requirements tended to achieve higher marks. In regards to evidence creation, students who did not use NCFE performance often omitted important information, which negatively impacted their marks. Proper use of these forms is crucial for capturing all necessary details. So let's explore responses on the tasks overall. So in task 1, students who structured their reports using frameworks like PIES generally did well, but marks were lost due to irrelevant content. In task 2A, the role play were most successful when students treated them as interactive sessions, adapting to the conversation instead of simply reading questions. In task 2B, detailed healthcare plans with realistic timescales and practitioner involvement scored higher, while vague or unrealistic plans suffered. Task 3B presentation were most effective when students stayed within the time limit and focused on synthesis rather than over-explanation. And finally, in Task 4, reflections that compared performance to task requirements and used reflected theories were most successful. Vague summary-like reflections did not meet the criteria for higher marks. So these are the overall reflections and themes from the Chief Examiner reports. Now let's explore some strategies that could enhance outcomes in these areas. In order to enhance student performance in Core A and B exams, we need to focus on breaking down questions effectively and ensuring students structure their answers beyond basic recall. Encouraging the proper use of technical vocabulary and developing strong analytical skills will be key. By incorporating scenario-based learning, students can practice applying knowledge in real-world contexts. Regular practice with ERQs, providing detailed explanation and teaching time management strategies will further improve overall performance. For the ESP, ensure alignment with assessment criteria by providing training on mark schemes and emphasising key requirements. Encourage the use of NCFE performers through guided practice and focus on developing research and analytical skills with structured methods. Interactive role-play sessions and comprehensive healthcare planning workshops will help students improve in these critical areas. So to continue to get support from ourselves. So we have a catalogue of CPD on our T-Level Health Training Support CPD playlist. This has bite-sized recordings similar to this and recordings of past CPD training. You'll also get dedicated support through our T-Level Provider Hub. This is going through review over the next academic year and will continue to go and improve to ensure that you have everything you need to support your delivery. You also have curriculum consultations with myself across your first 2 years of delivery, focusing on teaching and delivery, and you have a dedicated customer service email as well for any questions or queries that you might have. Please take a few minutes to complete this feedback form. Your insights are very valuable. Thank you for watching this bite-sized video on the key themes from the Chief Examiner from the 2024 core exams and ESP.